Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we take a turn into the spiritual, where we try to find out what the soul is, if there really is an afterlife, the possibility of reincarnation, and the potential of being able to revisit our past lives.
And to help us uncover all these things, we have some very special guests. Two of today's most influential artists, Cruz and Julian Trono, and of course our resident spiritual experts, JV Yap of the House of Mystics and Mr. Tony Suvega.
So join us as we talk about all this and everything else that we may come to consider as things that are beyond this world. Good evening, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in at this time, because aside from the potentially reality-bending subjects that we're going to be talking about, we also have with us some very special guests, which is why I would like to thank our resident spiritual experts, JV Yap of the House of Mystics and Mr. Tony Suvega. Our special guests for tonight, superstars Cruz and Julian Trono.
Superstar.
And of course, my co-host, partner, Bay, and commanding general, the
star for all seasons.
Commanding General. I love
Very good.
And of course, we would like to extend our thanks to Agimat at Ugat, Foraging Bar and Kitchen for the warm accommodation. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Beautiful
very much.
place, incredible food, spectacular drinks. So please do check them out at Barangay Poblacion in Makati City. All right, so before we get started, just wanted to extend a disclaimer to everybody watching right now, for the believers, the non-believers, or for those watching for whatever reason. I hope we can all keep an open mind and treat this conversation for what it really is, an exchange of ideas between different people with different points of view. So, since there are so many things that we're going to be talking about tonight, diretso na po ako sa mga bigating tanong. Is there really an afterlife?
Yes. And totoo rin pala ang may sumusundo sa atin. When a person is near dying, they will see their dead, long dead relatives. Life after death, nagsimula siya in ancient times so that we can reincarnate to fulfill our true purpose in life. It depends on the number of times also, dictated by the laws of, by the gods of karmas and God itself.
What really happens when someone, let's say, dies or crosses over? What does it mean? Is it parang nako-convert ba yung energy somewhere else? That obviously hindi pa siya, it's not the end of everything, right?
Yes.
What does it mean when someone passes away?
Someone passes away, usually nagstay pa dito yung spirit nung nag-pass away for 49 days po, no? Minsan longer pa.
Yes.
Pagka may mga unfinished business pa. Especially those who met their demise early. Kaya mataas ang EMF na tinatawag or electromagnetic field sa isang area kung saan maraming naganap na negative. Like for example, noong 1991 sa Baguio City, yung Lindol. Then next noong Ondoy sa Marikina.
And usually, Kevin, we don't say it die or
Yeah.
pass away. The correct terminology is you exit the physical plane. You do not die. We do not use the word die because it's illusion.
So, whenever someone exits the body or dies, pag may tear daw that falls, does it mean the soul has already left the body?
No. It's
Hindi
just a
ganun.
myth. Kasi it's the normal function of the body na meron pang matitirang bodily secretions, especially those na minsan na-embalsamo na hindi pa masyadong fully embalm yung tao. Meron talagang mag-roll over na luha. So, hindi yun umiiyak dahil may ginawang kasalanan yung mga kamag-anak or whatnot. That's a myth.
Kayo ba, growing up, did you have any, kung tawagin, pamahiin about death? Any, I don't know, beliefs or myths that you grew up believing about when someone crosses over or when someone dies?
I think bilang Pinoy, sobrang dami nating kinagisnan, no? Dami nating kinagisnan na things like that. Tapos yung mga kailangan pang gawin na pag may namatay, diba, kailangan itawid yung
Ito yung mga bata.
yung mga bata. So parang
Maglagay ng tubig sa
at the time when I
ilalim
was young, parang anong mangyayari? Kasi when my lola passed, kailangan namin tumawid dun sa ano.
Yeah.
So for no reason, kailangan mo lang umuoy kasi hindi ko alam kung totoo or totoo ba yun, Sir JV? Yung may
Para hindi
may
sanda
symbol?
ng patay.
Ganun
Yes.
lang naman.
Oo.
Totoo. So, things like that. So, parang, Pero nung time na yun, wala pang
And
sufficient
even got
knowledge.
the rosary na hawak pala.
Oo, puputulan
That too,
yung
yeah.
rosary para hindi raw magsunod-sunod. Is it a fact?
It is not a fact.
It's a myth.
Pamahiin lang yun.
Oo.
Kasi nakagisnan na yun ng matatanda. Eh. Pero in reality, what's the use of hahatiin mo yung rosaryo? Eh, wala na nga yung kaluluwa doon sa loob eh.
Ito din, sikat to, with the Philippine culture. When you visit a wake of a departed person,
Pagpag.
pagpag.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Totoo yun.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
the pagpag of
Oo.
the nandoon, kundi the pagpag of the kung sino man
Oo,
yung
kung
mga
sino man
nandun.
yung lumalapit.
Kasi, as a matter of fact, ang burol, hindi ko pinupuntahan yan. Why? Hindi dahil sa mga multo. May mga lumilipad doon.
May mga aswang.
Oh, really?
Lumilipad, may
Yes.
mga naghihintay doon.
Actually, their term is balbal.
Oh, yun,
The
yun, yun.
aswang-eating corpse, wherein they can exchange the body of the dead person dun sa body ng isang trunk ng saging, puno ng saging
At hindi
actually.
mo sila makikita because they are invisible.
Also, they, kumbaga parang mga scavengers sila.
Yes.
Soul scavengers.
Oh. So yung pinapagpag po ng mga tao when they visit wakes is to ward off yung mga aswang?
Oo, yung mga
Yes.
tiyanak.
Tiyanak.
Kasama ang tiyanak eh.
And
Or the
other,
demons.
demons na na-attract ng dead
Oo.
body.
Ganun
Kasi
yun.
parang beacon yung dead body, parang magiging vessel kasi empty na.
Oo.
So, other spirits or entities, elementals, they can take over that dead body.
Correct.
Paggalawin nila yon.
Ay, hindi lang yun. Meron kasi pang element doon na pwedeng hindi natanggal ng medisina at nandun pa yon, kukunin ko yun.
Kasi other beings use that S-O-U-L for power.
Yun,
Literal for power.
Literal, yeah.
Is there a way then to make, kung may wake po ba, to make it safe? Na parang nakalens po ba yung area na yun?
You cannot. Kasi real nila yun eh.
Oo.
Kumbaga, teritoryo namin to. Oh, ang gagawin mo. Kahit na yung the best exorcist cannot do it.
Not unless if may kapangyarihan ka dun sa realm na yon.
Yes! Punta ka pag kasama mo si JB Yap. Pag hindi mo ka pumunta doon.
So, yung pag-aayos kasi ng death, pag-aalaga dun sa body, and pagta-transcend ng soul dun sa afterlife, yun yung pinaka-important. Since yung soul natin, kailangan mag-travel kasama ng mga reapers para dumaan sa judgment.
Correct.
Okay, so before we get to talking about judgment and things of that sort, I want to go back to the process of when one crosses over to another realm or to another plane of existence. So when someone passes away, quote unquote, ano po yung nangyayari doon?
Halimbawa, ako, no, malapit na naman ako umalis eh. Malapit pa lang, hindi pa ngayon.
Oh, okay.
Di ba ngayon?
Ito yung katawan kong lupa. Ang kaluluwa kasi, mga ganyan lang kalaki.
The void.
All of us. Ang kaluluwa natin ay ganyan lamang kalaki, no more, no less. So, nasa loob yan nito. At nag-i-stay siya dito sa esophagus, ditong pharyngeal something. Dito.
This
Nandiyan
is
ang
the soul.
Nandito ang soul. Now, kung kinuha ka na nung reaper, lalabas ang soul. Ganyan. So, namatay ka na. Technically, you are now or I am now clinically dead. Okay? So, yung soul na yan grows bigger. Kung gaano ka kalaki, ganun din kalaki yan. Pero hindi pa rin niya alam kung patay siya. Hindi pa rin. It will take 3 days. Magmula nung namatay ka, magbibilang ka ng 3 araw, bago pa lang nalaman na, ay, patay na pala ako. Doon mo pa lang na alam na patay ka. After 3 days. Yun.
So there's a chance na parang babangon ka tapos you go about your day as you normally do.
Yes! And minsan
Yes.
pupuntahan pa natin yung mga loved ones natin na hindi pa natin na-visit. Magugulat na lang
Oo.
tayo, nakarating na pala ako dito sa US, sa Canada.
Oo, nagulat ka. Yung
Oo.
pala, dedo na pala siya.
And especially those who died, who have their unfinished business. For example, nag-aaway-aaway yung mga anak niya dahil dun sa fortune niya. Nandun pa rin yan, hindi yan matatahimik not unless makahanap siya ng medium.
Oo.
Katulad nung sinabi niyo kanina, Sir JV, when someone is near death, nakikita niya yung mga mga tumawid na,
Yes.
and perhaps even siguro yung mga guardian angels. ba?
Yes.
Hindi po ba nila kino-communicate na, okay, maybe malapit ka nang sumama sa amin or something like that?
Yung iba talaga, pagka hindi pa time, sabihin sa inyo ng Reaper or Angel of Death, dyan ka muna, stay ka muna, hindi mo pa oras. Though minsan, sinasama sila sa ibang travel. Like for example, may kailangan sila matutunan na leksyon in their own life, in their own present time. So, doon, those people who experience life after death or near-death experiences, biglang open kagad yung psychic abilities nila or yung third eye nila na tinatawag.
Okay.
And in my experience as a paranormal expert, I had been visiting pataas o pababa. I had been to the seventh heaven already, many times.
Are you at liberty to divulge or describe kung ano
Yes,
itsura
I am,
nun?
but not everything.
Okay po. So,
Though the seventh heaven was already written in the book of Enoch, pwede nilang basahin yun, yung book of Enoch. It's there.
But where is
Nakasulat
the
na eh. Nakasulat na merong seven heaven, ng itsura ng first heaven ay ganito, hanggang makarating ka ng seven heaven. Yung iba naman, nasa third heaven. Mind you, ang hell ay nasa third heaven.
oh,
Kaya kung yung
Yes.
tao na yun ay nasa third heaven, most likely, baka malapit siya doon sa hell.
Oo, ang ilalim naman would be the underworld na tinatawag. Doon
Yun.
nangyayari yung judgment.
Correct.
Kung saan mapupunta yung soul mo after death.
Pero mayroong question, Sir Tony. Totoo po bang nagfa-flash yung buong buhay mo?
Oo.
Yes! Yes! Totoo yun. Para ka mayroong computer.
Before you like
Oo.
pass?
Hindi, pupunta ka sa isang parang pupunta ka sa isang chamber. Bawa, pinanganak ka na 19,200, ganun. Yun na yun.
I have
Yun na
an
yun. Yun na yun.
experience.
Pero hindi naman lahat talaga yun sinasabi.
Ng buo.
Hina-highlight lang. Oo.
What do you mean you had an experience?
Kasi by the way, car racing.
Oh,
Tapos
yeah,
medyo I got into a wrong turn, ganyan. Tapos tumingin ako sa wall, tapos biglang pumikit ako. Pag pikit ko, nag-flash yung buong buhay ko. As in literal, nag-flash siya. Pag pinanood ko yung video, sabi ko, ganun na pala kabilis yung nangyari.
Pero kung mapapansin mo, ang haba ng oras.
Tagal kasi nag-slow-mo yung car na papunta na ako sa wall. Tapos,
Ang nakita ko naman, merong nag-save sa'yo na higher spirit.
kaya yung time na yun, wala pa ako sa mga ganito ba.
That's why. That
Kung
is
hindi
why.
kasi name yun, wala ka na.
Feeling ko somewhere nandun, kasi merong acacia tree dun eh. Lagi akong na-indulge dun sa acacia tree dun. So siguro dun yung mga bantay.
ano nakita mo nung nag-flash yung buong buhay mo?
Hindi ko siya maalala ngayon, pero alam mo yung parang nag-flash talaga ng isang mabilis yung buo.
ganun.
Alam mo yung movie film?
Parang revista.
Family
Nagaganon.
mo, mga loved ones.
Oo.
Nandun yung
lahat.
super twins mo na.
But ikaw, did you ever experience that? Because, di ba, you had a...
I do.
Oo, medyo
Other
alam
things.
na nila Tito Tony, Sir JV to. Nakailang na ako, NDE. NDE. And parang wala naman ako nare-recall na nag-flash yung buong buhay ko. But after all these experiences, parang mas naging aware or awake or spiritual yung inkling ko. Kasi when you're younger, parang you're stuck in the grind. I want to earn more. I want to work more. And then after these experiences, parang may marami pang mas importante pala.
Actually, dun mo marirealize na life is full of other surprises pa. Dun mo rin makikita yung HD or the super vivid na mga colors after your near-death experiences.
Going back to the topic, bilang binanggit nyo nga kanina na there are some instances where the soul does not recognize na patay na pala siya. Is our time here predetermined? May fixed time ba tayo?
No.
Or are we in control of our life?
We create our own destiny. We have our own free will. So, choice natin kung mamamatay tayo or hindi.
So now, before we move on to our next topic, I want to get last two questions. And this is
Okay.
something that's been really pulling my leg since kanina pa. Number one, how can you define what a soul is? Ano ba ang soul?
Iba ang espiritu, iba ang kaluluwa. Magkaiba yan ha. Ang kaluluwa ay yung sinasabi niyong soul.
Okay.
Yung spirito, iba yun. That is the Spirit of God inside you. Kasi hininga ng Diyos yan.
Yun yung breath of life na
Oo,
tinatawag.
yun ang breath of life. So, yun ay hindi hinuhusgahan. Yun, alam niya na agad na patay yung may-ari ng katawan na yun. At yung soul na humiwalay, doon pa lang niya malalaman after 3 days. Pero the spirit itself goes up. Nasa Diyos na agad yun.
So since there seems to be so many things going on beyond this realm that we're living in, what then would you be able to say is the importance of our lives as human beings? Ano ba yung siguro purpose natin? Bakit tayo nabubuhay po?
Tayo lang yung grounded. Tayo yung finished product. Remember, bago nagawa ito, nauna sila. Tayo yung last plane. At tayo rin yung last first to go. Ibig sabihin, titiklop lahat yan. Pagbalik ni Jesus Christ sa universe na ito,
Pag po ba tumiklop na yun na yung end of the world?
end of the world.
Do we get to choose the next kind of life that we reincarnate as? Is there a
Yes, we
process?
choose. Yes, we choose. Yes.
So yung soul po natin, yung pumipili
Yes.
nung pamilya po natin.
Ng nanay at tatay natin. Ng bukasyon natin. Ng gagawin natin sa lupa.
So before we dive more into that, I want to get your thoughts on this whole topic. Ever since ba nung bata kayo, did you already embrace this whole concept of reincarnation, or dahil nasa Pilipinas tayo, iba yung mga paniniwala dito? How did you feel about this whole concept?
Ako, napag-aralan ko yan, Catholic school kasi ako eh. So sa Catholic, di ba, wala naman talaga reincarnation, diretso ka sa langit.
Right.
So narinig ko lang yan sa iba't ibang religion, ganyan. Pero as me na meron din ako sarili beliefs, parang feeling ko nag-reincarnate talaga tayo. Yes, tama kami, reincarnation. So, you need to value your life, your soul. Ikaw, Han?
Medyo na pa ako eh. Medyo nagsi-space out ulit ako. Wala eh. Ito yung
Pero
usual
naniniwala ka na merong reincarnation. Do you or not?
Base sa pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, Sir Tony, I think I strongly believe that there is.
Pero yung dati,
It actually,
Resonates.
nag-make sense siya,
Yeah.
nag-resonate. So, you can't really just, alam mo yun, pahintuin or parang pigilan yung idea coming through eh. Parang, pag naging ganun ka, maging jaded tayo, ito na pumapasok yung mga social construct na ano lang tayo, nasasaka lang tayo ng paulit-ulit. Tapos hindi tayo nag-grow. So, ako, I accept.
Since reincarnation nga is real for us, ano ba tayo? Can we reincarnate as non-human beings?
Yes. Yun yung first, yun yung pre-evolution stage na tinatawag.
Oo.
And meron pa tayong post-evolution. Okay? So, dun sa pre-evolution, pwede tayo maging halaman, maging non-living things. Rock, gems, crystals. Okay? And also, minsan, pwede rin tayong maging engkantado or engkantada.
Ang tinatawag na pre-evolution, yan yung mga written in mythology. And each of us there, we're a part.
Like for
Ayun.
example, mga mythical creatures din.
Oo.
Ayan, mga elementals, papasok din yan dyan.
Paano naging dragon si Julian? Kung hindi pa pupuntahan yung pre-evolution, di ba? Yun naman post-evolution, yan yung from below, yung mula sa bato, tapos naging puno, tapos naging hayop, tapos naging blob, tapos naging tao. Tao, naging guide spirit. Guide spirit, naging anghel. Ganun ang evolusyon. I for one, di ba? Si JB one time, biglaan lang eh. Wala naman kaming ginagawa nun. Ingat, tito, upo ka nga, upo ako. Magic niya ako. Tapos, gumaganon. Gumaganon. Naging pterodactyl pala ako. Doon ko lang nalaman.
Wow!
Oo, nakita ko yun. Naging pterodactyl ako.
So you tapped into that life of yours as a pterodactyl.
Yes.
Did you know na pwede pala tayo dati bato, and then nagiging plants, and then animals?
yeah. Aware just now. Nung, I mean, not now, pero nung mga few months ago, okay, crystal pala ako before. Lupa pala ako before. Ganun.
Lupa?
Ganun. Mga ganun. Okay.
Just your inkling in buying an emerald will tell you that you are an emerald. All other else meron except insects. Wala tayo niyan. Ngayon, ang tanong nila, bakit merong namatay, dumalaw, itim na paru-paro? Messenger lang yan, hindi yan sila.
Oo nga pala, isang napakalaking pamahiin din yun kapag
Lagi may model.
Paru-paro itim.
ay, auntie mo to, ay lolo mo to.
Messenger.
Ah,
Messenger.
Messenger.
Julian, I want to get your thoughts on this kasi si Julian, deep thinker talaga yan. What are your thoughts on this, that we were once non-human entities?
Actually, sabi ko nga kay Sir JV before, yung discussion and of course yung discovery nito, it makes you think na talagang kung paano na nagawa yung like everything in the universe. Like ako mas na-indulge ako dun sa pagiging amazed ko on how God was so detailed on things na eto yung evolution nyo na hindi nyo pa malalaman agad if you're just gonna dwell in the things that is easier to understand, like yung mga social construct, right? But with what we're doing right now, talagang in-depth as in sumasabog yung mga brain cells ko. Pero, alam mo yun, it does make sense na you were once like this, you're once like this, na magko-connect na yun nga, sinare ko kanina na yung fondness ko with this color, it turns out, after regression. And,
Ikaw naman, Julian. Ganito.
Nakita ko yun
Si Julian ay naging dragon.
Ayun nga, Sir Tony.
At
Kulay.
nakita niya yun.
Color red
Nakita
na,
niya, naranasan niya.
Is there a way for people to rediscover yung mga past selves nila?
Yes, ito.
Oo, regression actually.
Regression.
Regression and progression.
Ayun.
And this is something I think a lot of people have been really curious about, which is why we're gonna leave a little teaser for you. But at least in our next episode, if you want to know more about your past lives and how for you to be able to access your past lives and rediscover kung sino man kayo sa dating buhay, I'm sure you'd like to watch the next episode. So before we close this episode, any final thoughts on the soul, the afterlife? Julian, the deep thinker.
Actually, pagod pa rin ako eh. yung feeling kanina ni Ashley, medyo kami ngayon, nandun kami sa level ng pagkalutang. Pagkalutang. Pero, ano ba? It's something to think of. Lalo na sabi nga ni Sir Tony ngayon, this is the time na talagang kailangan mas maging aware tayo. Diba? Merong iba kasi yung kaalaman sa libro o sa mga bagay sa mundo. Pero yung awareness in terms of the spiritual, I think it's very important. Lalo pa ngayon sa sitwasyon natin. Marami tayong pinagdadaanan ng mga kung ano-ano. So it's important. So very into yung self-knowledge. Kung maging malaman mo kung ano ka talaga, kung saan ka galing at kung saan ka pa yung potential mo. So I think that's very important.
Ako siguro parang nagkaroon lang ng sureness. Kasi growing up na nag-aaral ng ganito and hearing people na parang hindi rin sila sure with this na nakikita mo, na hindi lang ikaw nakakakita, you have, your guides, people with you, your friends, na nakikita rin yung nakikita mo. Alam mo yun, it's not just imaginations for me. Yun yung lagi kong tinatanong, ina-identify natin, is this imagination or you're seeing this talaga? Pero right now, with all the confirmations around us, parang mas napapahalagahan ko, not just my life, but all the things around us. Na the plants, even simple langgam, cannot kill it, parang ganon.
And also nga pala, sa regression, makikita rin natin kung ano ba talaga yung pinaka-root cause ng problema ng tao.
So, bakit
Lumalabas
may
lahat
yan?
dyan during regression. And once na na-acknowledge na ng tao, after they regress, sana doon unti-unti silang magbago. Okay?
We're gonna let you ruminate on that. Pero kayo po, Sir JV, Tito Tony, now that we've divulged all of this new information perhaps to the people watching here, ano po yung masasabi nyo for those that are still confused, scared about the afterlife, the soul reincarnation? Any final words?
So, if you're scared, pag-usapan natin, you can visit us sa 241 Erming Garcia Avenue, Quezon City, The House of Mystics, Instagram. Kailangan kasi mapag-usapan or else mahirapan tayong i-accept kung ano man yung nakikita natin. Is it a vision? Is it hallucination? Is it delusion? Kailangan natin kasi ma-identify eh. Especially those people na hirap ngayon makatulog. Ang daming visions na dina-downloads ngayon.
Okay, so a lot more things to uncover and to discover because ang dami talaga namin kailangan pag-usapan pa. But for this part, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a lot as well because in the next episode, we're going to be talking about everything about past lives. So please stay tuned. Once again, I've been your host, Kevin Lapena, the lovely Miss Ashley Gosiengfiao. Thank you very much to the rest of my team, our special guests, Julian Trono, Miss Cruz, Mr. JV App of the House of Mystics, and Mr. Tony Suvega. Thank you everybody for watching and see you in the next episode.